Having not scored a goal since the 1st of October, Ronaldo da Lima Sr., you know him very well. He's a Brazilian legend. He won the World Cup for Brazil in 2002. And obviously, he scored very many goals for Brazil, Barcelona, Inter Milan, and obviously very many other teams in the world. That is, Ronaldo da Lima has come out and really strengthened Gabriel Jesus. Has told him that you will explode. You are going to score goals. And obviously, we are talking about Mikel Arteta, the former Arsenal chairperson or vice chairperson known as Dane, has come out and really said Mikel Arteta is a genius because he really went ahead to integrate two philosophies of Arsene Wenger and Pep Guardiola, and he got out one that has gone ahead to get Arsenal to be on top of the table. Then lastly, we are going to talk a little bit of Tomiyasu and Japan, and which Arsenal players are going to be in contention to start for their respective national teams today or tomorrow, depending on where you're watching us from. As today, we've seen another Arsenal player prosper to the round of 16, and that is a player who goes by names of Tomiyasu. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? And where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. And if at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner, that's the place to be. Smash the red button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel. And obviously, this is the Rokani Media Football. Rokani David is my name, and let's get into these stories as we start off with Gabriel Jesus. You know that since the 1st of October, when he scored against Tottenham Hotspur, Gabriel Jesus has not gone ahead to score a goal for either his national team or Arsenal, meaning that his goal drought has risen and it's now approaching 2 months without him scoring a goal for a team which goes by the names of Arsenal. Now, he has been criticized a lot, even the Brazilian national team, but he has not been getting enough playing time. He's just coming in for a player who goes by names of Richarlison. But the legendary himself, that is Ronaldo da Lima, has come out Nazario and told us that Gabriel is here as Richarlison is reserve, but pressing. I hope he plays a great game, that he can score a lot of goals and put even more pressure on Richarlison. That this dispute between them is very healthy and very cool. And however much this is this way, it was caused by Gabriel Jesus being at Man City and not being played as a centre forward, and that's why Richarlison took over his place. And that's really spearheaded his transfer from Man City to go to Arsenal. He never minded whether he's not playing in the Champions League or not, but he wanted to be played as a lead striker. By the time they bought him from Palmeiras, that was like 5 years ago when he was 20, I think, in 2017, this player came in as a centre forward, and Pep Guardiola signed him as a centre forward. This player was linked to Manchester United too and very many other teams, but Man City won the race to sign him. And Gabriel Jesus, ever since he came in at Man City, he has been limitedly used as a centre forward. That's why you saw to it that those games he was played as centre forward, he went in and scored in 3 goals in a single game, and that is him. But Ronaldo is telling us that him being here as a reserve for Richarlison is just a healthy and very good competition for the player, and he knows that he will turn it around and maybe take over Richarlison. In the other statement that Nazario da Lima made, he said, Gabriel Jesus came to have dinner with us. He stayed by my side there. I met his little daughter, the most beautiful thing. We exchanged ideas. He's a very good friend of mine. We have been talking for many years. A very special boy. So, you see, I believe that 2-3 years ago, Ronaldo da Lima came out and said, this might be my replacement at the Brazilian national team. And what really backslided Gabriel Jesus is all about that his career at Man City. If he was at Arsenal or any other team that really played him as a centre forward, this guy would have exploded already. But he's a friend to Ronaldo da Lima, and obviously he's teaching him tactics on how to go on and really take off players. And no wonder you see him acting well in tight spaces like da Lima. He's not afraid to take on players. He can score every type of goal, and obviously he's not a selfish centre forward, but obviously he's into a team of Arsenal that doesn't really create lots of chances for him. And I believe if he's starting tomorrow for Brazil against Cameroon, if they create chances for him, I believe he's going to go all out and really become a huge threat to that defense of a team which goes by the name of Cameroon. So he met his family, and obviously he was impressed with what he saw with all in his family. Now, Ronaldo is saying that I was chatting with him, reassuring him he's really having a spectacular year at Arsenal. I was talking to him about how much pleasure I'm getting from watching Arsenal play this year. Trust me, unless otherwise, you are not that person who is appreciative, but you can't give no reason of not giving Gabriel Jesus his flowers as far as playing at Arsenal is concerned. He is the best player that Arsenal are having this season. I've seen very many people coming out and really hating Odegaard, Thomas Partey, but all these players have been away and Arsenal has been winning because of this one man. He has very many assists on him and 5 goals in the league. That is Gabriel Jesus. And him not scoring is not an issue for me because he has always gone out to put out very many creative goals, secondary assists, and even that games of Wolverhampton Wanderers. He's responsible for that secondary assist that he does a no-look pass to send the defender of Wolves the wrong way. That pass found Fabio Vieira. Fabio Vieira was in a very good position and he squared that ball into the mouth of the goal, and obviously Odegaard netted it in the back of the net. And very many games where this guy has come out and not scored and helped Arsenal. The game of Liverpool, the penalty, who is responsible for that? It's Gabriel Jesus, and that guy is a hero at Arsenal, having gotten a concussion in the 68th minute, and we thought that was going to return on the field of play. He said, I'm going back to play because I know these players, their mentality is not right, and I have to keep driving and pushing hard to get a goal for a team which goes by names of Arsenal. And at the time, the game was 2-2, and he was looking for a win, and obviously the winner was gotten and scored by Bukayo Saka after Gabriel Jesus was fouled by Thiago Alcantara in the 18-yard box area of Liverpool, and obviously it was a penalty handed to them. So when Ronaldo comes out and says that he is so impressed for what a year he's having at Arsenal, and he thinks that he is going to explode. And to me, I believe this guy will explode, but his explosion will depend on the chances that Arsenal create. If Arsenal increase on the number of chances they create, then this guy won't get away from the front line to go out and really get these balls. We are going to see him play for Brazil tomorrow, and you've seen him come in for play for Brazil. When he's playing for Brazil, he doesn't drop deep to get that ball because he knows Casemiro, Neymar, Paqueta, Bruno Guimaraes, Vinicius Junior, Rafinha, name it, will get him the ball in the position he wants. That's it. But what people don't know is that if you don't feed the center forward, how do you expect him to go on and score those goals? So I believe Gabriel Jesus is on the right pace, and obviously Ronaldo has reassured him that he's going to come out and score goals as soon as possible. And that is Ronaldo Dalima reassuring, obviously, Gabriel Jesus that is going to come out and score goals. And I back him. And tomorrow, Cameroon is really going to face it rough because they're having a different striker altogether, not Richarlison, because Richarlison is not like Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus has a very good skill set than that of Richarlison. He risks himself, acts in tight spaces, he's press resistant, he runs, and his physicality is not questioned. And I believe if Cameroon don't defend very well as they defended against a team which goes by the names of Serbia, they might see themselves concede even 5 being put past them against Brazil. But I believe anything can happen in the game of football. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Then David Dane, you know him. He was the vice president of a team which goes by names of Arsenal, vice chairman. He has gone ahead and told the media, that is Sky Sports on Mikel Arteta, about what he thinks about him. He said, I think he's doing really well, and you can see the way the team are playing. He's obviously had a good intuition from Arsene Wenger and Pep Guardiola because he's playing their type of football, which is pleasure to watch. Obviously, Mikel Arteta was coached by Arsene Wenger. I think he bought him in 2011, 2012 from Everton. He spent there some good 3 or 4 years at Arsenal, and then he went to become the assistant coach of Pep Guardiola at Man City. Now, this man learned well from a pragmatic manager who goes by names of David Moyes, who was his manager for the most of his time he spent at Everton. Then he crossed to Arsenal and found a player or a manager who believed in total football and tiki-taka, that is Arsene Wenger. After that, he made a manager, Pep Guardiola, whom he was deputizing at Man City, who believed in a more progressive way of playing the tiki-taka. Pep Guardiola also likes the way Arsene Wenger played the game of football, but the intensity and creativity increased and the quality of players that he had were more than those that Arsene Wenger had. And each and every time you saw Arsene Wenger having a lot of quality in the field of play, his tiki-taka was the best in the world. You remember that time when he used to have Ashley Cole, Lauren Meyer, Sol Campbell, Kolo Toure. He had Patrick Vieira. He had Robert Pires, Freddie Ljungberg, Dennis Bergkamp, Thierry Henry. His team was one of the best passing teams in the world. And then very many players left from that squad. Then he brought another breed of players. Cesc Fabregas, Rosicky, Heleb, Nasri, Songo Bilong, Matthew Flamini, Samir Nasri, and very many other players altogether. Even Arsenal looked very good when they are playing that style of football. So when Mikel Arteta became a coach, he's mixing the two of the philosophies of these managers, because of that of Pep Guardiola involves a lot of creativity and you have to use your mind a lot. For Arsene Wenger, it was all about getting that ball, passing it, and finding that final pass. Most of the times, because of the pace of Thierry Henry, they used to pass that ball to see to it that they attract their opponents into their half, and then they release that ball through the likes of Gilberto Silva and very many others to see to it that Thierry Henry runs into space with his pace, obviously to kill off the enemy, and he went ahead to do that. So that is David Dane coming out and really acknowledging Mikel Arteta to be a genius, and obviously combining these two sets of formations and philosophies from one of the best managers I've seen play the tiki-taka football is always what we call being a genius. And obviously Mikel Arteta is having Arsenal leading the table of the Premier League with 5 points ahead of Man City, the title winners last season. Now, David Dane has continued to let us know that so it is coming through, and the fact that they are doing well, hopefully they will all Arsenal finish very strong at the end of the season, and I believe that is no doubt Arsenal is going to finish very strong at the end of the season, because everything is in their hands and it's all about them to go all out and purchase the right players. They need to come out at Arsenal. Now today, a shocker came in through. Japan beat a team which goes by the names of Spain by 2-1, and obviously this man Tomiyasu was on the bench. But him being on the bench and not coming in through really showed you that he's really having an injury, because a time reached when he was needed on the field of play, but the manager couldn't lift him. After the win, Tomiyasu went ahead to hold their flag of Japan, and obviously he was with other 3 players of Japan, and these were the post-match scenes featuring Tomiyasu down in Qatar, a player that is having a groin injury, but it looks like he's back in training, and you never know in the game they're going to play, a team which goes by the names of which team are they playing? Japan is playing Croatia, not so? Yeah, he's playing Croatia in the round of 16, as Spain is going to take on Morocco in there for you. So after that, allow me to let you know that there are very many other players of Arsenal that are taking part in action tomorrow. One, there is Thomas Partey for Ghana. Ghana is going to play Uruguay. Obviously, if at all Ghana wins that game of football, they will be through to the round of 16. Or if they draw and Portugal beats a team which goes by the names of South Korea, again, they will be through. The other team that is having an Arsenal player is Brazil. Brazil is having 2 Arsenal players, Gabriel Jesus and Martinelli, of which these 2 are expected to start because Richarlison is expected to be rested, and Vinicius Jr. is expected to be rested for Martinelli. And which other team is playing tomorrow? We're having Cameroon. Arsenal doesn't have any player in Cameroon. Cameroon is going to play Brazil. Uruguay is going to play Ghana. Portugal is going to play South Korea, and Serbia is going to play Serbia, Cameroon, Brazil, Serbia, South Korea. So Serbia is going to play. Is going to play which team? Serbia. Let me check here. Serbia. Serbia is going to play Switzerland. That's it. And Grant Xhaka's team is also playing. That is, Switzerland is going to play Serbia. And if at all Switzerland wins, I think they will be finding their way through into the round of 16. So guys, that's what I had for you today. So tell me what you think about Jesus exploding, as promised to us by the senior Ronaldo of Brazil, that this player will go on and will explode. Mikel Arteta acknowledged again a genius by the former Vice Arsenal chairperson. Obviously, tell us what you think about those stories. Rokani David is my name. I sign out for now. Last video of the day. Thank you for watching again. 4 videos have been reported on this channel today, and obviously, I think you've had a blast. Good night, and may the Almighty Lord protect you abundantly. I cover you all in the blood of Jesus Christ. Don't forget to smash the like button close to 100 times, and don't forget to subscribe if at all you are watching us for the very first time, or you've been watching us and you've always not subscribed. I'm out.